So it sounds like you are continually asking how things can change.
Well, it's, let's say, one of my, to bring it around to another, this ability to ask the right question. And of course, it always becomes this, the synergy. Once you do it well, it sort of grows. You sort of become expert in what the people you get to speak to gets more amazing. One of the great things I do is I am the video producer for the National Physician of the Year Awards. And this is a group that does America's top doctors. And over the last 10 years, they've been giving out the National Physician of the Year Awards. And by default, it's become one of the major awards in it. And because I produce these short videos, I get to interview some of the most important people in the history of medicine, and which is fascinating to do. And I've somewhat become the face of it because the doctors end up knowing me more than they know the organization. I'm sort of the main interface because I spend time interviewing each of them. And I just did some last week, and I'll do some more next week when I get back. And it starts, you even not in New York, it's a phone interview. But after the first 30 minutes to an hour of the standard interview, and generally they're flattered because you ask them all these questions. They love, everyone loves talking about themselves, as we all do, which I find out it's good about asking questions. I finally ask every one of these people over all the years I've done it one final question, and it is, what is healing? And there is inevitably this dead stop without fail. And it always is, it's an interesting question, which most of them have never been asked in their entire career. And then I let them at first take it however they want to interpret it. And if we have an hour to two more, we're still talking at that point and exploring what that means. And it's fascinating to see the range of answers that you get from the people who have changed the course of modern medicine, whose work has saved millions of people's lives, who have watched death. Cancer doctors have seen, babies die by the score, by the hundreds, horrific death, and have cured that. Pediatric leukemia, which is now pretty much 95% curable. To talk to those physicians, or I just spoke last week to the man who really developed the first open heart surgery that was ever done in the 50s. Was done before. People would just die, and it's now, 99% of people survive open heart surgery. And then asking them about mortality. So where this leads to in conversation is extraordinary, and I feel very privileged how much I have heard these answers in the pursuit of my own immortality, of course. But to be at the cutting edge and ask questions that no one is